27th year democracy, federal government reaffirms commitment to delivering the demands of democratic governance to Nigerians. House of Reps summoned service chiefs and key stakeholders as the Inspector General of Police orders the security overhaul to strengthen anti-kidnapping operations nationwide. Olurosawa of Oroshawa community, Oba Omololu Odukoya, received the ancestral Oro crown. A pleasant good evening to you and welcome to the 7 p.m. news coming to you from your Everyday station. I am Fatima Hassan. Thank you for joining us today. The House of Representatives is to summon service chiefs, Minister of Finance, Inspector General of Police and National Security Advisor over insecurity. This is sequel to motions of urgent public importance presented to the House at Tuesday plenary, which called for the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards in each state and the FCT. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Wanko report.
Let me recognize the presence of Right Honorable Kate Osamu MP and Right Honorable Helen Grant from the United Kingdom Parliament, House of Commons, who are here to observe our proceedings.
Motions bordering on insecurity has continued to dominate legislative interventions. A motion from Ibe Osonwa calling on the executive to deploy aggressive and comprehensive strategy against banditry attracted decisive recommendations, including prohibition of ransom payments for kidnapping and the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards in all states.
Secure all vulnerable schools and places of worship and ensure the immediate unconditional release of all citizens currently held in captivity.
Please, let us invite these people, the service chief. Let them come and tell us, what are they doing?
That tomorrow, in a closed-door session, let the Minister of Finance tell us the whole of this year. How much has he released to the members of the armed forces?
Suleiman Gumi drew the attention of members in what he termed recurring bandit attacks in Zamfara State and other northwest states. The House is to investigate the cause of the derailment of the Warri-Itape-bound train on the 8th of June 2026.
The Minister of Defense to deploy adequate security personnel and necessary operational equipment to Zamfara State and the whole of the Northwest.
Adequately compensate all passengers on the affected trip for losses incurred.
President Bola Tinubu has written to the House of Representatives requesting the confirmation of Zainab Marwa as board member representing Northeast in the Niger Delta Development Commission.
Is to fill a vacuum created by resignation of the immediate past member of the board, Honorable Namdas Abdulrazak.
The House observed a minute silence in honor of those who lost their lives to the train derailment and insecurity. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Desu, has ordered a sweeping strategic overhaul of policing operations nationwide, directing stronger command coordination, intelligence-led policing, and enhanced interstate collaboration to confront rising security threats, particularly kidnapping. The directive was issued during a strategic management meeting with senior officers. Francis From report.
It is another strategic management meeting of the force after the March meeting. Among the issues on the table for deliberation is the Oyo school children abduction. And IGP Olatunji Disu reaffirms ongoing efforts to rescue the abducted school children, assuring Nigerians that full operational resources in collaboration with other security agencies have been deployed to secure their safe return.
Abduction of school children in Oyo State remains an active operation. We are making progress and will not rest until all the hostages are brought home safely. It is in furtherance of our operational objective that I have approved the deployment of Deputy Inspector General of Police to their respective geopolitical zone with effect from Monday 15th June 2026. This initiative is designed to strengthen supervision, improve operational coordination.
The police chief also highlighted recent operational breakthroughs, including the rescue of kidnapped victims in Oyo State and the arrest of multiple suspects across the country, including terrorists, armed robbers, and homicide suspects. He noted that several kidnapped victims were rescued unhurt, through coordinated intelligence-led operations.
The arrest of 8 suspected terrorists, 29 murder and culpable homicide suspects, 65 armed robbery suspects, 55 suspected kidnapping suspects, 42 suspected cultists were arrested. Activities of the police led to the rescue of 88 victims of kidnapping. 28 stolen vehicles were also recovered.
The IGP further ordered intensified clampdown on vehicles without registration numbers or those with concealed or tempered plates, warning that offenders will be arrested and prosecuted. The IGP also emphasized the importance of community policing, noting that intelligence from citizens remains central to effective security operations, and directed commissioners of police to strengthen engagement with local stakeholders. Francis from NTA News.
We apologize for the glitch. In another development, civil society organizations under the auspices of Nigerians Unite Against Terror have staged a peaceful walk to the National Assembly to express their grievances and expectations from the government and security agencies on the level of insecurity across the country. Olajide Bello reports that the theme for the walk is One Nation, One Voice, One Purpose. Together we can build a safer Nigeria. His report.
This set of individuals are not politically or religiously motivated. They are Nigerians, airing their views about the state of security in Nigeria. Now let's take a listen to the rationale behind the walk.
But we continue conscientizing the mind of our people and our leaders to do what is necessary. We won't stop doing it. We are used to doing it, and we are not going to stop doing it.
All over the world, insecurity is a battle that every citizen rises up to. And it is now clear, leaving it to security operative alone, we will fail. Leaving it to the government in power alone, we will fail. For that, we ask, look at the house that was demolished in Oyo State. Somebody was aiding them there. The victim said that they were hearing what people were saying. I don't know, you get it now. So if we see something, we should say something.
Because once we are divided, we are uniting terror. But when the citizens are united, the terrorists are on their way to being defeated. And it's time to rally around our commander-in-chief and the military, and also to rally around all the security agents. But we also demand service from all of them.
It is not a government thing. Individuals need to partake in the process of securing their communities and guiding their people. Raise alarm appropriately and promptly where you deem fit.
Now that they have dotted the I's and crossed the T's, their demands are simple. A more proactive and responsive government and security agencies to curtail the menace of insecurity in Nigeria. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Similarly, Nigerian women under the auspices of the National Council of Women Societies have engaged in a nationwide prayer session seeking divine intervention for the quick release of all abducted children and adults still being held captive in different parts of the country. Ngozi Technical reports that the prayer session in the Federal Capital Territory was coordinated by the national headquarters of the NCWS. The report.
You say we should call upon you. Yes, we should ask and we shall be given. Yes, and so we are collectively asking from you, Lord, rescue our children. Rescue our children.
In one accord, the women went on bended knees, offering heartfelt supplications and shedding tears as they prayed fervently for the nation, while acknowledging the government's efforts at tackling insecurity and securing the release of adopted victims, especially children. The women expressed confidence that through sustained prayers, God will complement the resilience of government and the efforts of security agencies in making Nigeria a safer place for all.
So we are supporting Mr. President and everyone in government, the security people. Our own, these prayers is holding their hands so that wisdom will come. Let our children come out from where they are. That is our support, the only support we can give them.
It's not easy for a parent. In the morning, you dress your child, you escort that child to school. At the end of the day, your child never returns.
On the issue of parenting, the women advised mothers to be more proactive in inculcating the right values in their children and closely monitor their activities in order to detect and address negative peer influence at an early stage.
But today we are crying because our children, they find themselves participating in this evil act that is going on in this our country, Nigeria, because we have failed in raising them up in God's way.
The women also prayed for divine wisdom, strength, and guidance for the president in the effective leadership and administration of the nation. Ngozi Technique, NTA News.
We'll be right back after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to deepen democracy, promote accountability, and ensure that democratic governance continues to deliver benefits to Nigerians. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, gave this assurance during the International Press Conference held to commemorate the 27th year Democracy Day celebration in Abuja. Dennis Temple report.
Here seated are areas and members of the fourth estate of the realm. They are listening to the various ministries as they read out the milestones achieved in the last 3 years under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, described Democracy Day as an opportunity for Nigerians to reflect on the sacrifices made by pro-democracy activists and citizens who fought for the restoration of democratic rule. He paid tribute to the heroes of the June 12 struggle, especially Moshood Kashimawo Olawola Abiola. Akume noted that the anniversary marks 27 years of uninterrupted democracy and provides an opportunity to assess Nigeria's democratic journey, achievements, and challenges.
The message from government today is straightforward. This administration wishes to let all recognize the fact that Nigeria is a huge, viable project, and it is work in progress. The government, with all hands on deck, would never claim that every challenge has been solved. In fact, no government ever solves every challenge. While we pursue various reforms diligently, with purpose and with compassion, government recognizes that inflation has been painful, although it is on a downward trend.
For the Ministries of Livestock Development, Water Resources and Sanitation, it is a work in progress.
Looking ahead, the livestock sector offers one of the strongest prospects for deepening these democratic gains. And I'm happy to know that everybody is aware that for the first time in the history of this country, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu created the Department of Livestock at the federal level.
The Oranfe Onile Oba Abiodun Oba Rotimi Mulato has reaffirmed the importance of the cultural bond that unites the over 520 descendants of Oranfe Onile, describing it as cordial and indivisible. The monarch made this known during the presentation of the ancestral Oro crown to Oba Omololu Adewale Odukoya Oronfioye 1, the Oronsowa community in Ijebu Ode. Correspondent Adwala Elufowojo has the details.
Orasanwa community was agog and sons and daughters of the same town gathered at the palace of Olurasanwa of Orasanwa for the traditional obligation and presentation of ancestral Oro crown to Oba Omololu Adewale Odukoya, Orafioye First, Olurasanwa of Orasanwa community, Ijebu Ode. The event commenced with the arrival of the entourage of His Royal Highness Oba Abiodun Orarotimi Molato, the Oranfe Onile, accompanied by the Soro chiefs and the Elewo from the source Ile-Ife. This was followed with the traditional prayer Iwure for the Olurasanwa, his family members, people of Orasanwa, and the entire Akile Ijebu for peace to reign during the time of Oba Omololu Adewale Odukoya. Kábíyèsí now crowned with their central Oro crown of Oranfe Onile.
Most of them doesn't even know that we come from Ile-Ife. Now they know. The last Olurasanwa died 41 years ago. And the reason being, we cannot install the new Olurasanwa unless the demise of the Awujale.
It's not something that we beg for. We did not buy it. It has been there and it just come to take it, and we thank God for today.
People saying that we are not entitled to Oba, Nabale, but with this now, they are now convinced that we are Oba, not only ordinary Oba, a number that we perform right with Awujale.
Kábíyèsí Olurasanwa and others also paid homage to some ancestral places in the town by pour libation to the ancestor of the Orasanwa town. The event, according to Oba Abiodun Orarotimi Molato, signifies the cultural bond existing amongst all the 520 towns who are descendants of Oranfe Onile. From Rasanwa, Agbola Elufowoju, NTA News.
That completes our English news for tonight. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.